Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome to the State of Crypto, one-stop source for all crypto-related news. I'm your host, Martin, and this is episode 179. Yeah, if you're catching this from live, welcome. And if you're catching the replay and have any suggestions for us, please leave us a comment below. We really want to know what you're thinking. Now, if you want to be up to date with the latest crypto-related news, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, and that bell so you're notified when we go live. And if you want to keep on chatting with us once the stream is done, you can join us on the Discord. Link is in the description, guys. So there's a link to the articles that we covered. There will be no articles tonight. It'll just be a technicals stream. I'll tell you why in a second. Now, what are we at today? Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, guys. I hope you're having a great time. Benny, thank you for being here, man. I saw your comments here in the subway, no signals. Great, man. Yeah, I'm back. And Bitcoin Jake, hi, man. Yeah, so why I wasn't here the last couple days. I'll just go over that quickly. I had a work situation that popped up, and it required my attention to actually be present on site during a vessel discharge operation. Actually vessel loading. It was for a Russian client that also came into the port to see the operation. He flew in from Russia. One of my Swiss clients who sent a representative to also witness the operation, and then I had the seller also present for the operation. So I had everyone that is involved, all parties that were involved, the seller, the middleman, and the buyer, they were all present. And it was just one of those things where I didn't even get a choice. It was just like, you have to go because there's so many people that are going to be there. And yeah, the loading operation wasn't that long. It was just a couple of days, but then sample preparation, right? Once you take the samples for the material, you had to prepare them. That took a long time. It was a copper shipment. I cannot disclose a lot of the information because it's private, but I can tell you it's a copper shipment. It was lengthy. The preparation took longer than expected, and that's why I was out all the time. Now, why wasn't I posting videos? The reception or the connection by the port, when I was at the port, it was horrible. Like, I could only work basically with my cell phone, and not even that great of a connection. Then when I was at the hotel, it was just like we were working over 12 or over 14-hour days. We were going in at 7 in the morning, getting out at night. So by the time I got out, I was just basically eat, take a shower, and crash, because the next day it was the exact same thing again. It was another 14-hour day, and that's what we were working. And now it's more tiring when, besides you have to do all like your day work stuff, you also have to be translating, because I also do that. Because the guys from Russia had a translator from Russian to English, and then I had to translate from English to Spanish. So it was a very like taxing event for the mind, right? So like by the time I was done, I was just like completely out of it. Like my fuses were blown. Now talking about crypto, I haven't looked at the crypto market since that day. I know it's been going down. I did get price updates, but I haven't looked at it. And I wasn't really surprised, because we kind of talked about divergence, at least on the 11th. That was the last day I was here. We were talking about some divergence that was happening, particularly in Bitcoin. And that's what we saw play out, right? So I wasn't too worried. I already knew we were going to probably break down. I wasn't really expecting for us to go that low right now. So I had to look at what happened. Particularly yesterday, we saw a bigger drop, bigger than usual. But we'll get into that once I go out into the actual technicals. So let's get on to those, right? Today's stream might be a little bit longer than usual, because we're just going to do all the technicals that I haven't done in the past 15 days or so. So it's just been really long time I was away. For me, it was just like insane, man. I really wanted to be here, and it was just like I just couldn't do it, man. It was like I was just finished. I was like completely brain dead by the time I was done, man, from the operation. Anyways, what is going on? This happened on the 12th, right? Let's zoom in here. We're tracking this divergence, right? And we're like looking at the lower prices. It was on the 11th here. This on the 12th, we still managed to go a little bit higher. I can tell that. Still creating divergence. And then we managed to go higher still. But guess what? This is 78.89, and this is 78.89, meaning we're going straight out. And we are creating divergence, right? We are creating a like class C divergence, weak divergence, type 3. That is just basically helping us break down. Now, we didn't quite have it here, I believe, 2.16, and we obviously went higher, 2.53. So we kind of got rid of it on the MACD, but we did still have it on the RSI. since then we've just been going down, man. That's all that's been happening. Downhill battle. Now, have we created divergence to say we might go up? No. We're going lower, right? Lower price, lower prices. Also going much lower on the MACD and much lower on the RSI. We're actually hitting sold right now on the RSI at 36.99. We're overbought at 78, so we're really high. We had to get some kind of pullback. I was expecting to see somewhere like around here, maybe bounce and float around here for a little bit longer than we did. I was expecting for this. I was expecting for this to bounce longer than we actually did. We bounced very short time and then we crashed down. So I was really hoping that this would be a new place where we can like plateau for a little bit, take a breather, and then try to rally again, or take a breather before we actually went down. But we didn't really stay in this level for very much. We tried to get above that 20 simple moving average. Next day we broke down, and since then it was just crashing, right? When we break above the 20 MA, if we can hold it, we know, we've talked about this before, very likely looking to price action to the downside. Now, that is for market cap. Now, what's been happening? We were on the 14th, the high, or the closing, was $302 billion. Right now, we're sitting at 240. So we did end up losing almost $60 billion in the past, what is it, the 14th to the 27th. Yeah, almost the last 13 days or so. So, okay, yesterday we opened at 216.73, closed at 243.96, a $17.86 billion move to the downside. We're now moving down still, 3.94 billion, 1.62% to the downside. Yesterday was 6.82% to the downside. Now, what I'm seeing happening here, right? Sorry, I gotta switch this real quick. Thank you for being here, guys. There's 6 people tuning in. Thank you, guys. You guys are amazing. Now, I haven't, like I said, I haven't looked at the market. I did have my stop. I told you guys where I had my stop loss at. I do believe it triggered. I really haven't even looked at the exchange, man. I hope it triggered. Otherwise, I'm going to be majorly screwed. Like I said, I didn't have a lot of connection when I was at the port, and I had it placed. I think I upped it to 9,800 or 9,900 or somewhere around that area. So I was willing to take that small dump to the downside and then try to hope for a rally or that plateau that I was telling you about. But it ended up going slightly lower, and I think my position might have gotten closed on Bitcoin, but I still got to check. Today I basically got in, a lot of work. I hadn't seen my family in a while. Also, that's part of the reasons that there was no news. I hadn't seen my wife and my kids in 15 days. So, of course, the first thing I wanted to do was see my family. Look, what's happened, man? Look at this. Remember how I told you the market's better when Bitcoin loses dominance? Look at this. Bitcoin was losing dominance, and look at the market. It was increasing, right? It was beautiful. Everyone was gaining. Bitcoin was gaining. The alts were gaining. It was peachy. Look at this. Bitcoin, the 14th, right? The lowest it got. 62.40% of market cap. Started to pick up, right? Started to pick up dominance. And look at the market. Look at what happened, man. Dump, right? I told you guys, it's not good for the cryptosphere when Bitcoin dominates so much. Now, Bitcoin is sitting at 65.70% right now. It has recovered, like, not a lot. It seems like a lot, but it's really not that much. From 62 to 65, we're talking about like maybe 3.5% if we count the change here. But yesterday we opened at 64.86 and closed at 65.64, gaining 1.21%, and today gaining 0.14%, sitting at 65.73. That's it for Bitcoin dominance. Now, where we're looking at the opposite of what was happening, maybe, very likely, man. This is 0.33. This over here, 0.29. I mean, I rarely chart on dominance or market cap. But if we look at this, right, and we go same point, we're going from a low to a lower low with negative momentum to less negative momentum. On the RSI, sorry, we wouldn't even have it, but we're just going down, man. We were oversold, meaning we were losing way too much dominance for this. Going to 11.96, and I don't know when the last time we actually hit 11.96 was, man. Damn, it was probably way back here on March 2017. Now, March 2017 for Bitcoin, I want to look at that for comparison. March 2017 was back here, beginning of the of the main rally, right? The main bull run of 2017. So we're looking at levels on the RSI that we haven't seen since then. Let me do this real quick. Alt H. I just want to get a line there. There you go. So yeah, May. Actually, May we kind of touched it, but before that, when we were actually below that, or more strongly, it was in March. So see how Bitcoin lost dominance, right, on March. Look at how much dominance it broke, right? Look at how well it did, right? So again, it seems that dominance and price action for Bitcoin are inversely correlated. So the more dominance it has, the worse it's performing. So we want Bitcoin to lose dominance. Everyone wants it to dominate and kill it there. But again, every time we've been losing dominance, Bitcoin has been rallying, right? So anyways, that's it for Bitcoin. We're getting that recovery. Unfortunately, it's normal, you know, it cycles in bull runs, bear trends. We do get this valleys and pullbacks, and then you know, this impulse up, right? That's just the way the market flows. Now we gotta find where the new bottom might be coming in for us to call a new price on Bitcoin. Now Bitcoin sitting at $8,647.07. Now here we're actually gonna go a little bit more into the nitty gritty. We're actually gonna do the hourly, at least for the past maybe 7 days or so, because I need to get the flow of the market again. Like I said, I haven't looked at anything. Last time I was here was on the 11th, so we were looking at this point here. I had the little hand cursor looking at, right? And so we ended up creating that divergence, right? We're calling it. We were calling it here, right? We called it here. Look, divergence. Moved to the downside. Got above that 20 MA. Got that nice rally, right? Then we moved to the downside again on divergence again. We called it. Moved down slightly. Pump again, divergence again, right? This one and this one. We just dipped, bounced, created the divergence, and we actually even made it here on the RSI. And look at what happened next. Since then, since the 12th, we already knew. We called it. We told you guys we were looking for price action to the downside. It's no surprise that this is coming down. Now I can't remember where I have my alert at. I think I raised it. I think I put my stop loss higher, but I did have an alert at 9,500. So it just triggered a couple days ago, right? That was like my last exit that I wanted to take. Sorry, things shifted here. There we go. Awesome. All right. So like I said, I probably ended up getting around here, like 9,700, 9,800. I'm not sure what time where I had placed it. I got to look again at my stop loss. And I'm good, man. I'm good with that. I was hoping that we might ride higher. We did end up getting a day here above 10,500, but since it's just been downhill, right? So again, not too surprising that we're seeing this happening. Now, lower low than our previous, lower high than our previous high, and also right here, it's a lower high than our previous high, making negative momentum, and also lower on the RSI, right? So again, no bearish divergence after this. If you wanted to look for one more divergence, you could. But again, this is what ended up breaking down, right? I just want to make sure this is gonna stay here. I gotta do this on the charts, right? If not, everything goes back and starts messing with me on the other chart time frames, right? So we do have a divergence here still, but it's just very slight. And we would also have it here on the RSI. Although we don't have an anchor for this green bar, but it's still there. So it's just very slight though. I like this one better. It's a little bit more pronounced. It's easier to tell that was happening. This one, you could tell it was going to happen. But again, we were looking already for price action to the downside here. We're too weak. We're too high on price. We're getting exhausted. And of course, that pullback was coming in, right? We talked about that. Now I'm trying to get the new song to play as I'm talking. So there we go. Awesome. All right, cool. What else is happening here? I want to look at another Bitcoin chart that I have, and that's mainly because this is where I had my targets, right? Targets to the upside and the downside. I haven't moved this now. Mind you guys that I have not looked at this since I left for the work trip. Now, look at where we're at. Like we knew the next resistance was at 10,600. We didn't even get there. We kind of held that 10,200 area, right? We closed there a couple days. And like I said, the more you touched it, the more likely you are to break it. We ended up breaking the downside, right? We didn't quite run it to the downside again. We did get to 9,650 the next day, bounced from there. Then we got below that 20 MA, tried to get above it. Next day reversal, breaking below that 9,600, then slightly rallying towards it again. Failing at the 20 simple moving average, failing to get above it, and then breaking down from there, right? That's just basically how this played out. Now, if you can tell, all this is very close to that 9,650 that we used as support once, twice, and we used as resistance where we opened here and then broke down. Now we're moving to the downside. Now my downside stuff, I have it here on this chart. We just plowed through 8,980 like it was nothing. Maybe on the 4 hours we could probably see a rest on that area. We'll probably just broke through straight out. I'm not sure, but this was my entry point for my play. First entry, late entry, and that last entry point I was willing to go in because we're nearing that 200 simple moving average, and the upside potential, I wasn't sure how strong it was going to be. Now I did end up getting here at 8,900. Then, as you know, I got out around here, like 8,000. I can't remember what it was, 8,400, and then I got in again at 8,200. And then I rode it all the way up, and then I got out, like I said, like 9,600, 9,700, somewhere around that area. So again, this was my play. I told you guys how I was going to do it. If you followed it, it's on you. You guys, I'm not a financial advisor. You guys do your own stuff, your own risk, right? So, like I said, no divergence. I am going to look at the 200 simple moving average, though, because we were sitting on it. We're actually below it. I was pretty close. I was pretty sure we were going to be on it. Right, we're breaking below that 200 simple moving average today. Now there's a chance we might try to get above it. If we're not, then you know what we're at, right? The bear trend. And I've talked about this before, so it's not a surprise. I showed you guys here back on February 2018 that we were able, like we dipped below it, got above it for a couple days. This was from February the 9th, I'll just call it, all the way to March the 10th. So for about a month, we were above that 200 simple moving average before we actually broke down. Struggled with it for a little bit, right? Look, here we struggled for a couple days, below, above, below, above. Then we broke below it, and then we started bouncing on it, and then it broke down. Now, that's the thing I'm not liking right now. We're just starting to get below that. There might be a chance we might try to go above it, but again, if we break below that, we might be looking at a bear trend, bear winter coming in. So again, be careful, guys, with your positions. I'm looking at the 200 simple moving average again. It's this orange line. For those of you that are just joining us, we're getting below it. Again, something that worries me. And I'm glad that I cashed out on Bitcoin. Now I'm looking for my next entry, right? That's where I'm at. I didn't cash out at the top. I was not looking to get out at this level. I was looking to get out at this level, 8,700, 8,600, 9,600, 9,700 area. I didn't adjust to the upside, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. This is where I wanted to exit, so I'm happy with that. Now, if this were to go higher, then yes, I would have upped my exit strategy and taken profit or put out the stop loss at a much higher level. So I take profit basically much higher, right? But again, that's just how I played it. So now that we know that we're going down, we don't have anything on the top, we don't have anything on the bottom. It's nothing bearish, nothing bullish. We gotta wait for something to play out here. We looked at the 200. Now I'm gonna move on to the 4 hours, and this is where it's gonna start to get a little bit lengthy because I haven't looked at the rest of the stuff that we've done in the past couple days. Like I said, sorry about being away, but you know, it was work, and that's what paid the bills, right? So meanwhile, let me just set this back to the 20 simple moving average and go to the 4 hour. Now on the 4 hour, I do want to look at the other chart that we have. I want to see how things played with the supports and resistance that we have. See this? On the 20 MA bounce, right? We got above it. We got into this next plateau. 10,200 to 10,600. Yeah, it was very nice. Broke below it, held the 20 MA, got above it again. Very nice shot to the upside, breaking down. Again, pullback. We did did we have divergence? I'm not sure, man. I'm looking for stuff, right? So on this first fall, we do have divergence. Just let me set this on the 4 hours, get rid of it on the daily, and that way I can keep on doing everything and we'll have it, right? So we did have divergence here against the MACD, nothing against the RSI. Now from here to here, we did manage to go slightly higher still. We didn't have anything here. Well, you could say we did have. We're going down, although I don't have a new green bar to properly anchor it to. But we did have that here also on the RSI. So again, broke down, tried rally, failed. Again, failed at the 20 MA. Right here, we tried to get above that 20 MA. Failed, bounced on it once, twice, 3 times. Broke down, tweak until here where we got above it again. Taking a second breather, again, 10,200. Here we wrenched from 9,650 all the way to 10,200 in a couple hours. Again, that was okay. Now I'm looking for the divergences that we, if I was here, I would have probably called. So we're going down here. Again, we created the strong bullish divergence, price action to the upside, and getting us to break above there. We don't quite have it on the RSI, and that's fine. Then here, let's see. All right. From here is going to be something different, though, right? If you follow this show, you know what I trace. That's hidden bearish divergence. Price continuation, we're coming in a downtrend. Broke down strongly. We don't quite have it here on the RSI. We're going with the market. Now, what we created on the RSI is something a little bit different. We're going higher here, and we're going lower here, right? There we go. So creating that strong bearish divergence against the RSI, against the MACD from a different time point, we do have this hidden bearish divergence. Price action to downside, we took a dip. Breaking violently below that 20, even below that that 9,650 area of support that we were looking to have. Used it as resistance for a couple times, broke above it, right? Broke below it again until we got above that 20 simple moving average. Took some sharp move to the upside. Well, slightly sharp move to the upside. They broke down again. So let's see this. High to low. That's normal. Let's see here. 61.24. 61.94. All right, cool. So from here to here, we're going slightly higher, right, on the RSI. So higher high on the RSI. On the price, we're going from a high to a low, right? High, lower high. So we're creating that hidden bearish divergence still again and breaking us down since. Now, on the last couple of days, we don't have much. The only thing I can call, it's not, I can't even call anything. We're sitting overbought right now. 18.66 on the RSI. We have not been that overbought since December 2019. December 17, 2019. We have not been that low on the RSI. Now, it's just been bleeding. The market has been bleeding, so I'm happy I took profit when I did. I haven't found that entry point that I told you guys because we're not creating any bullish divergence. We're not creating anything. I'm not even going to throw fibs because I'm not even sure the bottom's in. I could throw fibs. Sorry, this was a head and shoulders that played out and helped us run to the upside. And for some reason, I was doing all my charting on this other chart. And that's not what I wanted to do because I already had some of that stuff here. Blah. Shit. Anyways, I don't take that much time. I just want to make sure I already called it out there. So I'll just trace it real quick here. If you see me tracing right now and not calling anything, is because I already called it out in the other chart, right? So I'm not gonna do it again here. Now we do have this divergence. I forgot. I just traced it on where I have my technicals to the upside, and this is the chart I usually use the most. There we go. Divergence there. There we go. Awesome. So, and then from here to here, we do have that other divergence, right? Going lower and going higher. Sorry, it wasn't that much that we missed in the last couple days, so I'm kind of happy that nothing really crazy happened. I mean, we're expecting to move to the downside. That's fine. So I'm really not surprised that it happened. Happy that this is going on, though. There we go. Awesome. So overbought. That's fine. Let's see. So we're going low, lower, low, right? Even the previous low was this one. It's low, lower, low, negative momentum, more negative momentum, low on the RSI, much lower on the RSI. Nothing there. I just want to look at something on the daily. I didn't call the there. So we're sitting sold, sorry, at 37.99. Now I want to take the previous low, which would be this one. Low, lower, low, more negative momentum. That's fine. I was making sure I didn't miss a call on Bitcoin. I'm looking for divergence, trying to get that new point to get in at, right? Now let's see. This is this, and that's it for this on the 4 hours. I thought it was gonna be much lengthier to actually go through the market. Like I told you guys, sorry about not being here the last couple days. So we were looking for this divergence again here. We ended up going much higher still all the way over here. We probably created a positive momentum here. Yes, we do have that. Sorry, we don't. But if you were to track this, right, this was on the 11th when I was here. So since, right, higher, lower, even lower here. So again, strong bearish divergence, price action downside, get that drop. Now low, lower low, less negative momentum. Sorry guys, I know I'm calling stuff on history, right, the stuff that happened before. And like I said, it's always easy to call it when you've seen it played out. And you might be wondering, why am I going so far back? It's because I missed the last 14 days. If you're new to the channel and you haven't been here, I'm usually here live every night. But due to work reasons, I had to be offline. And it's very hard for me to actually get online and do a stream, a proper stream, or a taped show. It was just like brutal the last couple of days. But anyways, low, lower low. Right, don't go here, man. Ignore this one and go all the way there. There we go. That also plays out beautifully. And we have this strong divergence, right? We're going to do it in two parts. I should do it in two parts, and I'll tell you why in a second. There we go. I'm doing it in two parts because on the RSI it does play out. On the MACD, it doesn't quite play out. From here it would be one, and then from here to here you wouldn't quite have it. But you could ignore this small island if you wanted to and play it here because it would make sense. You'll be congruent with the RSI and you're having matching data. But also to here you'll be congruent with the RSI in the first part, right? But if you want to play it long, that would be good. And again, strong bullish, price action to the upside. Here we got it, right? Nice bounce. Broke at the 20 MA. Got down, fell at the 20 MA here as well. Broke down. Got above that 20 MA with strong bullish divergence. Broke down slightly, reversal, and pushed through, right? Now high, higher high, positive momentum, positive momentum, more positive momentum, high on the RSI, higher on the RSI, that's fine. Now from here to here, we're creating the bearish divergence again. From here to here at least once. From here to here, we were creating it as well, right? So going higher with negative momentum. And then again, from here to here, man. Even all the way down here, but here will be the point we're looking for because this is technically a lower high than the previous high. So again, broke below it, bearish divergence, price action down, so we did get it, bounced, failed, and broke down. Now this also, we're getting a lot of news from coronavirus, and there's a lot of people that are starting to get scared about that. They're trying to get their money out of risk areas, and you might be asking why. Because a lot of the markets are having problems, particularly because a lot of the production in China is getting stalled, right? So production numbers are coming down. Apple's coming out with news saying that they're probably going to have a shortage of iPhones, and we might start to get a lot of more industries get affected. Particularly, I know exports to China are starting to get stopped. A lot of vessels don't want to dock in China right now to discharge materials, particularly base materials that they need for production, right? Like coppers, zincs, leads, etc. So they can put into their refineries and create metals that they would use for then producing basically anything you own, right? Almost anything that you have has metal on it. So mining industry, even though a lot of people don't like it, is one of those base industries that without it, the world wouldn't be what it's today. And there's really no replacement for a lot of the metals and the connectivity that they have. So anyways, I was saying that because some people complain about the mining industry being dirty, and that people get contaminated from the mining industry. The mining industry, a lot of the mines start where there's really no population. They bring in people, they set up camps, and then people start to move in, and then a lot of people start to have like small stores, and then restaurants, and then they become cities. And then everyone starts to blame the mining industry when that's what basically gave birth to a lot of the cities and towns, right? So when the mining industry leaves, a lot of the economy goes down, And then a lot of places start closing, and they start blaming the mining industry because they left. And you know, people are always looking for someone to blame. Anyways, enough rambling. Let's see what's going on here. Low, lower, low, more negative momentum, lower on the RSI as well. There's really nothing there. Let's see, here to here, going lower. Right, and then from here to here, we'll be going to 0. And then from here to here. Right, okay, so I'll be 1. And then this is technically higher than here. So again, low, lower, low, strong bullish divergence, price action to the upside. Got that small steady rally. Created some bearish divergence here, from here to here, and from here to here. Sorry guys, I am. If you have a question, please place it on the chat, and I will address it. Now, am I going a little bit fast? Yes, there's a lot of stuff I need to cover. Particularly for a lot of the other coins as well. But Bitcoin, I'm going a little more in detail. Like I said, I do want to get a flow for what the market's doing now. Let's see, from here, that would be 28.67, 27. So 28, 27, slightly lower still. So from to the next island, that's how you would usually trace your divergences. Going slightly lower, and you're obviously going much higher, creating that bearish divergence still. So not only were you creating bearish divergence to here, you don't have it on the RSI, just on the MACD, but then you will be going slightly higher to this point over there, right? So let me pinpoint this one here. There we go. Then you'll be going lower from here to here, and then from here to here, right? And creating that strong bearish divergence, but now you have it on the RSI, breaking down. But try to hold the 20 MA, failed, broke down, and then try to rally again, but unable to get above that 20 MA. We touched it once, 2, 3 times, and then just crashed from there. It's really nothing too pretty there. Now, are we creating divergence? Yes, we're creating a kind of divergence here. Slow, lower, low, negative momentum, less negative momentum. On the RSI, we don't have it, we're on lower. Now, where we would have it on the RSI, it's on this point here. From here to here, going slightly lower still. And from here to here, going to a less negative momentum. And from here to here, going also low on the RSI, higher on the RSI, right? A little bit higher on that relative strength. Now, again, to here will be nothing, and then from there on, it's this massive drop we've been getting. So, okay, it didn't take me as long to go through the last couple days on the 1 hour chart. I'm grateful for that. Now, let's see this. 1150. 12. All right, so probably part of the reason that you failed here, or we failed here, at the 20 simple moving average, is because we're going to a lower high. We're making more positive momentum, right? So we're creating that hidden bearish divergence. Price continuation took that massive drop, man. Really breaking below that, and below that 200 simple moving, man. We don't want to be below 200 simple moving average. That's not what we want to do. Now we're sitting over. We're sitting sold right now. Seems like we're gonna curve off, try to drop a little bit more. We are starting to create divergence here on the 1 hour, but I wouldn't bank on it playing too strong. Maybe we could start stalling the main momentum, right? So again, low, low, lower low, negative strength, less negative strength, low on the RSI, higher on the RSI. Strong bullish divergence. Try to get that rally, but failing, really far away from that 20 MA right now. 8,800, we're sitting at 8,600, so we're like 200 away from it, right? $200. Bitcoin can do it, right? It could pump and get above that again. I'm worried about it getting above that 200 simple moving average. That's where I want to see Bitcoin above. Below that, we're in trouble. Now, what else? What else? Let's see what else is here, man. So, okay, we're creating that bullish. Do we have here? Nothing on the 4 hours, man. I do hope we get some stalling here and stop the massacre. Now on the daily, we're going lower still. And on the weekly, let's see. On the weekly, this looks very messy. It looks like I was trying to draw some weird guy, right? Like an eye, mouth, nose, eyebrow. All this is like stuff from the daily that's showing up here. I really don't care too much for all the data. I might look at it here, though, and try to figure out what's happening here. So we have, man, we're really getting that drop, right? We bounced, or seems like we bounced on the 20 simple moving average. We're very close to it on the weekly, man. And that's probably what's also holding us from going much lower. We haven't seen a drop that magnitude, or a very, very large drop. The largest one we've seen was on the week of November 18th, 2019. And since then we started a rally. So can we rally from here? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if we've even stopped dropping, right? On the 1 hour, we do have that bullish divergence that we can try to play off, right? But I'm not sure how strong it's going to be. If you get above that 200 simple moving average, that's the target, man. You want Bitcoin to keep on running to the upside. You gotta get above that 200 simple moving average, get out of the bear trend, get out of the bear territory, and really right now we're like on that place where you want to like put your head between your legs and kiss your butt goodbye. Because if we do not get above that 200 simple moving average, we might be looking for another bear winter, right? Yeah, man, not the best, man. All right, that's it for Bitcoin. I'm gonna move on to Ethereum. If you guys have any questions, put it on the chat. Ethereum sitting at 9.89% of market cap. Yesterday dropped a little bit, 2.55. Today dropping a little bit more, 1.95. Sitting at $217.47. Last time I was here on the 11th. We were basically open the 12th, I think. Yeah, that's why this is here. As you can tell, we went higher, and then we went higher, right? So we kind of undid any kind of divergence I was looking for here. Why are we breaking down? Because Bitcoin's breaking down. That's what's happening right now. Because on the technicals, you're sound. You're going to a higher high, more positive momentum, higher on the RSI. You're looking good. Why are we breaking down? Because Bitcoin's breaking us down. Bitcoin is a B. Yeah. Anyways, on the RSI, sitting neutral at 43.23. Really, that's all that's happened since the 14th. Really have not made much, man. So there's not a lot I can call here on the daily. We're going fine, and then we just kind of dropped because Bitcoin dropped, and that's it. We have not created anything. Low, lower low, negative momentum, more negative momentum. Low on the RSI, lower on the RSI. So that's it. Let's go to the 4 hours. Alright, so on the 4 hours, I was trading divergence to here. We did manage to go higher. So, we kind of killed it there. Oh, snap. I spoke too early. We do have it against the RSI. So we kind of dropped it on the MACD. We kept it against the RSI. Moved to downside. We did try to move down a little bit, try to pull up again, and that's fine. Now I'm just going to make sure this is going to be here on the 4 hours with us. There we go. And now we're going here, and we're also going here, right? So okay, cool. On that second time, we did catch it on the MACD. Broke down a little bit stronger than here. Tried to rally, but I think we failed to get higher than our previous high. Yes, we're not. And we were going much lower on the RSI. And then, let's see. Low, higher, low, negative momentum, less, low on the RSI. Alright, cool. So, here on the RSI, we're sitting at 40.61. This is 39.59. So, very slightly lower, right? So, this would be hidden bullish. Potential price continuation. We're on it coming from an uptrend. We did try to rally a little bit more. Again, Bitcoin breaking and taking the rest of the market with it. Right, that's the name of the game, man. And again, a lot of fears on coronavirus. Stocks have also come down a little bit. So again, I wouldn't just blame crypto or this being a crypto-centric problem, right? This is a worldwide problem that we're seeing. There's other stuff that's happening that's making it come down, not just the technicals. There's fundamentals that are making these go down. Now where we're at, high, lower high, positive momentum much less, high on the RSI, lower on the RSI. Really nothing. After this, there's nothing, right? We broke down because Bitcoin broke down. That's it. Fell out of 20 MA, broke down even more. Sitting oversold at 23.37. Let's go to the 1 hour. All right, was gonna get painful because I gotta go way back, man. All right, cool. So I was looking at divergence here. We did move down a little bit, pull back up again, and went even lower still. See, this is what we keep on tracking stuff, right? If you guys remember, I always say that, right? Keep on tracking, because that's how you know what's happening with the market, right? You stop tracking it, you believe something's gonna play out, and then you get these small surprises, right? So you take a position once you confirm that you're not, that what you've been calling it's playing out, right? That's why you had to come up with a strategy, a going in strategy, an enter strategy, and an exit strategy, right? Now from here to here, we're not creating divergence. Now we do create it on this last part very slightly, right? We're creating a strong bearish against the MACD, but not against the RSI. On the RSI, we just created very strongly, just on this last part, right? Very slightly higher, but much lower. Strong bearish divergence, confirming with the MACD. Boom, broke down, then tried to rally, and that's fine. Now, let's see. Low, higher, negative momentum, less. Now we were creating the opposite, right? We're here, we were creating that hidden bullish potential price continuation. We did get that rally to the upside, right? And positive momentum. Now, in theory, where you want to call this, will be your previous high, right? So you would take it from the previous high point on your previous positive momentum island, and this all one island. So you call it from here all the way to here, and you're obviously lower. So we create divergence, bearish, price action to the downside, right? But even in the shorter term, we're also having it. This is land divergence within the same island, right? We're going there, and here, 75.29, 74, so slightly lower. We don't have divergence on the RSI, just on the MACD though. And but again, if you wanted to take it from the previous high of this previous high, so you're going much higher, right, than the previous high, and then you're going lower from the positive momentum, and also on the RSI, you're going from here. That'll be this one could actually draw from here to here, right? That'll be from here to here, right? So you're getting that strong bearish divergence for us actually to the downside, breaking down. Now going in shorter term, from one island to the next, right? Low, lower, negative momentum, less negative momentum. On the other side, we don't have it. We're congruent. So again, bullish divergence, potential price action to the upside. Now we did go lower than this, yes, very slightly. And here's probably when we confirm it against the MACD, right? So see, low, lower, low on the RSI, higher on the RSI, and your momentum, negative momentum, less negative momentum, right? So we're confirming that strong bullish divergence, potential price action to the upside. Fell to 20 MA once, back down, still higher than the previous high, than the previous low, and then boom, get above it at 20, right? Fake here, fake out, right? Getting above on the next candle, struggling for like one or two, and then getting above that for sure. Now stuff that I'm looking at that I'm not liking, when we got from this previous high, and I'll even anchor it here, to this new high, we're going with less positive momentum, right? So again, bearish divergence, strong. We don't have it on the other side. That's fine. We broke down from there. That's all we needed, right? We already seen the market that was gonna like tumble. So again, if you follow this show, you knew that we were looking for price action to the downside. We don't want to be party poopers, but we kind of talked about that before. So I'm surprised that the market's going down. All right, what else? Let's see. All right, cool. So we're going lower, right? Low, lower, low. All right, so low, lower, low, negative momentum, less negative momentum. Lower on the RSI. We don't have it on the RSI, but we're looking for that strong bullish divergence price action to the upside. We did get it. Have not gotten above that again. Getting that rally. Let's see, we're getting exhausted here. All right, so there we go. Not letting me select that tool. There we go. And here we're gonna just have it here on this part, right? From here to here, and that's last part. Now we've had that strong bearish divergence price action downside. Got it. Boom. Let's see from here. Oh, that's fine. Let me actually pinpoint this one. 0.88. 0.73. So slightly less negative momentum still than the previous one. So it's fun going with the market. Now we created divergence here as well one more time, right? So high, higher, high, positive momentum, less positive momentum, and even here on the RSI, high on the RSI, lower on the RSI, creating that strong bearish divergence, price action to the downside again, breaking down since. Looking a little bit better than Bitcoin though on this descent. The negative momentum island is a little bit less pronounced. Again, strong bullish divergence, potential price action to the upside. We're struggling a little bit. Now, as we're coming down, here we also have some divergence, right? I'm not going pinpoint accurate right now. I just want to show we don't have it on the MACD. Then we went lower still. We don't have it on the MACD. And from here on out, let's see, 1.04, 1.01, technically going lower still. Right, looking for that bullish divergence. That's where we get these small semi areas where we're trying to hold up, but we're failing, right? And even here we would have that against the RSI, and it didn't play that strong. So we've been dropping since, and right now we're creating this one, right? So that's it. That's it for Ethereum. I'm gonna move on to something else. The XRP. Man, the XRP has taken a major hit, man. It went from like 33 cents and it's sitting at 23 cents, man. It's just amazing how quickly people get out of XRP. For like and believe me, I hold XRP. I told you guys that. It's one of my hodl bags. What really, like, we do have all these people on Twitter, like the XRP army, and you go to Twitter and you look for XRP. And there's a lot of people that are pro XRP, right? But it seems like they're the first ones to get out of XRP when the price starts to drop. Like Bitcoin drops, right? Like Bitcoin sneezes and XRP catches a cold. Like, not even a cold, man. Like pneumonia, right? It's like in the hospital and life support. It's taking a very, very serious price action to the downside now. This is dominance. We lost dominance yesterday, 2.14%. Right now we're trying to gain 1.32%. Sitting at 4.16% of market cap. We didn't even get to 5%, right? Price of XRP, 23 cents, 22.064 cents. Look at this. No one dropped that sharp. No one. Look at Bitcoin. Look at the recovery it had. Look at how much it dropped. Right? We can fib that and get an idea of where we actually retrace to. And actually, just for this exercise, I will do it. I'll just fix this to the low and now make this the high. There we go. So we retrace to the 50%. That's what it looks like, right? From this previous low to the high, we seem to have hit that 50% retrace, right? That's fine. Let's look at XRP, man. I'm really, really concerned about how XRP has been playing out. Now, I'm hoping that when I do this fibs, I get some different data, because it's really, really not what I would expect to see from an asset that has so much acceptance by the banks. We were well below that 50%. We've retraced below the 618, the 61.80%. Right, we're heading towards that deep retrace. That's 786, right? So, yeah, man, not the best for XRP, man. Not looking good, man. Look, not even Ethereum dropped that hard, man. Ethereum just got. I think Ethereum's actually held up better than Bitcoin, just by looking at the chart. I'll fib this one as well, man. From that low to the high. Look, Ethereum hasn't even hit the 50%. It's holding much better than Bitcoin. Bitcoin hit the 50%, it's retracing. But again, XRP just took a massive, massive dump, man. Not what you want to see for this asset, man. It's sad to see this happening. Sorry, I'm going to try to move this out of the way so I can do the analysis. But I want to leave these fibs out here for us to be able to look at later on in the stream. There we go. There we go. Awesome. So what's happening here? We did get above that 32. We actually did get above 34 at some point in time. We did held 33 for a couple days, I think. So this was opening 33, 2 days. Then we broke it down and we lost 10 cents, man. It lost a third of its value. think about it, it has lost a third of its value. It went from 20 cents to 30 plus cents. Now it's back to 23 cents, so almost a third of its value. That's how much it's lost. That's fine. So look, we're looking for divergence, right? We kind of killed it, so we didn't have it, right? So we were playing good, man. Everything was going fine, and until Bitcoin started like crap on everyone's parade, right? So look, we even held here the closing. It's right where we set at 32 cents, 32.761 cents, and this closing is at, sorry, the opening 32.791. So very, very close, man. Like 0.00030 from where we marked, right? It's almost nothing, negligible. Look at this holding, man. Resistance playing once, twice. Support didn't quite like bouncing from support, at least at the 26.692. Bouncing or rejecting 29.894. From there on, breaking below. We try to hold the 27.911 very briefly. Breaking below that, and obviously we just been like, it's painful to see XRP do this because there's really nothing here, right? We're going high, higher, high, positive momentum, positive momentum, more positive momentum, high on their side, higher on their side. Overbought, highly overbought at 81.83. From there, we're sitting right now sold at 36.56. Really no sign of recovery. Low, lower low, negative momentum, more negative momentum. Low on their side, lower on their side. So for this, I'm going to go to the 4 hours, man. Painful to see XRP like this. Now, oh man, I don't like this. I just noticed something when I was going to change. It's really not textbook, but I'll show you something. Let me find a chart that I don't have with fibs on. I'll get rid of the fibs on this one. I'll show you guys something. It's really not textbook head and shoulders. We really don't have that valley I want to see here for the head and shoulders. Maybe in the short time scale we might see it. This, right? This closing here and this closing here, almost at the same line. This could potentially be a head. And I haven't seen this in any other charts. Now this would be the neckline. And the measure move, and have we hit a measure move, man? Is this a valid head and shoulders that we're hitting right now? Almost. A measure move would have put us at 20 cents. And we certainly seem to be heading that area, to that area. We don't have anything holding us here. Oh man, not the prettiest looking for XRP for sure, man. Breaking that neckline and moving down, man. It could be a potential head and shoulders, right? I'm gonna leave it as that. I do believe that's probably why we're moving down so violently on XRP. Now, did I get that top? Yes, top two. Yep, break out there. Awesome. There we go. Certainly moving to the downside, but again, that's it for XRP. I'm gonna move on to this chart again. The one where I have all the supports and stuff, and we're gonna look at another time scale. Here we fell at the 20 MA and then broke down again, right? So again, 4 hour chart. Let's see what's going on. So a lot of stuff, right? This one I was trading divergence. We kind of don't have it. It would be this one as well, which we don't have. That would be equivalent to this one where we don't have it, and this one where we, yeah, we don't have it, and we do have it here. So okay, so we had divergence move to the downside. We were looking for that bullish divergence. We did get it. Playing out of the MACD, price action to the upside, rallying very nicely. Now we're going higher, and we're getting tired, right? We're getting exhausted. That's normal. That's what happens. You run, you get exhausted, you break down, right? So again, just for you guys to see this, right? And I'm just doing this quickly. No pinpoint accuracy. I just want to show you. It's the same thing. It doesn't matter how quickly or how slow I do this. It's still playing out the same way. So you're having a strong bearish divergence, price action to the downside, breaking down. Let's see, low, lower, low. Okay, cool. So here, low, lower, low. Negative momentum, less negative momentum. On the other side, we do have it. Yeah, we might have it. Let's see this. 34.39 and 34.11. So we don't quite have it, but we do have it here, right? Strong bullish, price action to the upside. Tried rally, failed. Broke down since. Why we're breaking down? Well, two things: hidden bearish, and well, Bitcoin's breaking down. Right. So high, lower high, positive momentum to much more positive momentum, and also higher on the other side. So we're creating that hidden bearish divergence, potential price continuation, and again following Bitcoin steps and really tanking. That's what's going on. Let's see what else, man. I'm trying to figure out what else is happening here with the market. Not a lot of chat going on. I thought there was going to be a lot more hype happening on the market, particularly what's going on with the cryptosphere. Cool. So we do have this then, right. So we're going down, and we seem to have, here at least, and unlike the rest of the market, at least in the MACD, we seem to be hitting a sort of divergence, right? Bullish. But again, if the rest of the market keeps on dumping, this is probably going to keep on moving down. XRP heading towards that danger zone, that 21 cent, right? This area that I'm probably going to have to extend even to here. Really not what I want to see, man. I don't want to see it get back on this yellow triangle of potential death. Man, it's hard and painful to see XRP performing so poorly, man. Let's go to the 1 hour. Moping about XRP is not going to get us anywhere. Right, cool. So divergence, price action to the upside. We're looking for bearish divergence here, which might have not played out, right? Went higher, went lower still, and we don't have it here, so awesome. We do have this part, awesome, man. Then low, high, higher, high, more positive momentum, also higher on the other side. That's fine. Really nothing here. From here, and then from here to what will be the next one? Here, awesome. Yeah, we do have it. There we go. This is 1 hour chart. Get me the 1 hour chart. I'll chart the heck out of it, man. There we go, man. See divergence here and still, right? Bearish, bearish, and bearish there. There we go. Divergences. So much divergence, man. Strong bearish. For sure. Something else. There we go. Alrighty, so what's going on? So we're okay, divergence, we're dropping, that's fine, normal. I'm trying to hold this area, try to bounce, that's fine. So low, lower, low, more negative momentum, that's also fine. Lower on the other side, that's great. Okay, cool. So from here to here, from here to here, and this I'm gonna have to check. 21.33, 21.24, slightly lower. So again, going with the market. Divergence, right? And then that's strong bullish on the MACD, and here again we seem to be going in and in as well, and here we definitely have it also. So strong bullish divergence again on the MACD and the RSI. Price action to the upside, we get it. Let's try to rally rounds, try to bounce, rally, bounce, and then try to rally, right? One of those B bounces, slightly higher still. So I'm worried about here, this area, right? So from here to here, and from here to here. So I'll trade this on the bottom part. So alright, so high, higher, high, and then to a higher high still. But you're going to a lower positive momentum, and even a much less positive momentum still. Now on the other side, we don't quite have it, right? On the other side, we're going higher still. So here, 63.54, and here, 65, so even higher, like I said. Just on MACD, but enough to break us down. Now, as we're moving down, we're making less, right? Negative momentum, but we're going lower in the other side. Bullish divergence, strong price action to the upside. We tried to rally, failed. We actually were in this channel for a while, man. That 26 and that 27 cent area. Alrighty, so cool. So from here again, going higher. From here to here, going lower. Don't quite have it on the other side, just on this tail end, on this last part here, right? Of this, that'll be from here to here, and from here to here. But again, I just want to highlight the main stuff. Right? It's still playing out the same. Price action to the downside, we did that move. Then we'll try to rally again, probably because the rest of the market was trying to rally. But then from here to here, we're seeing that second drop. Oh man, it might look tiny on your screens. I was looking at this and it looked tiny on mine. Sorry guys. If things look off size on your screen, let me know and I can adjust here, zoom in a little bit more. Man, because I want you guys to be able to see the same thing I'm seeing, right? and then from here to here, like, right, so low, lower, so high, lower, high, going to a higher place, and then going to a much higher place, creating that hidden bearish price continuation and dropping again. Like I said, seems like we're going to rally around this area, right? We do have a little bit more divergence than the rest of the market. But again, XRP underperforming heavily. It was so promising because at some point in time it was one of the best gainers. At least of the top crypto sphere, it was one of the top gainers of 2020. And then it just seems like it just lost it, man. It lost its marbles. It's going crazy. Anyways, strong bullish divergence, potential price action to the upside. Watch out for that, as we might try to rally from here in XRP. Move on to the Litecoin. Like I told you guys, this is going to be a long stream, particularly on technicals. I just had a lot of stuff I had to cover. We've been streaming for an hour and 2 minutes, and we're definitely going to finish Litecoin, then do Binance, and I'm not even sure who's watching right now. There's a couple of people tuned in, so thank you guys for being here. Let me do this real quick. There we go. If you like what we do, you know what to do. Hit that like, that bell, that sub, so you're notified when we go live. I'll move on to Litecoin now. If you have any requests, please put them on the chat. I'll look at those coins once I finish with the main cryptosphere. Dominance. Yesterday lost a lot of dominance. There we go. 8.52% right now. Gaining a little bit, 0.10%. Even though it's red here, it's positive. You can use the plus and everything, even though here it looks red still. Anyways, what's going on here? We're doing divergence, right? We might try to get a rally. A rally gain on dominance. Right? That's it. Sitting at 1.59% market cap. So the Litecoin sitting at $60.17. Man, is it painful if you bought up here at $80? You lost $20. So you lost 25% of your value. Like that. Right? A quarter of your value was lost on the last 15 days. That is a lot of money, man. All right, so you're going higher, killing this theory that I had. No, you don't. Oh man, I deleted that too soon. There we go. Higher, lower, and then even lower here. Ha! I played out here. See, I was anticipating myself, and I'm glad I called it back. Anyways, we're looking for divergence here. Renewals potentially played out. It kept on building. We did have it still hold it. Broke down since, right? Low, lower low, more negative momentum, right? Negative momentum, more negative momentum. Low on the RSI, lower on the RSI. Sitting sold at 38.19. Really, there's not much going on. The market is just a picture from one to the next. It looks all very, very similar on the daily. On the 4 hours where we have those small variations, and we can see who's hold up best. Now, on Litecoin, and I did this exercise for the other ones, so just to be fair, I'll also do it here. I want to see how much of its value is kept. So from the low to the high, you have retraced over 50%, but you're sitting at the 50% mark right now. So looking a little bit more like Bitcoin than the rest of the coins, and that's fine. Let's go on to Litecoin on the 4-hour chart. Even though it's been like 15 days, it really on the chart, it just looks so minuscule. Like, yeah, man, it's like, I didn't miss that much, right? And it was 50 days of market, man. That's a lot of time. You know how much stuff you can do in 15 days, man. The market just seems to like have done like, you know, blip. Yeah, it's going down, but you know, nothing that we hadn't seen, and really nothing too exciting, right? Low, lower, low. Negative momentum, less negative momentum, right? That strong bullish divergence coming in. Now that we have it here, yeah, we kind of do have it here, so right, getting that rally, getting to a higher high. Is it higher than a previous high? Let's see this. 67, 75, 72. Slightly higher, so we're cool with that, and we're also going higher here. And dropping since, and that's fine. So more negative momentum, right? Much lower than our previous low. More negative momentum, and also lower on the RSI. Sold. Uber sold at 21.53. Now, guys, I know I just came back, and I do daily streams. I want to let you know I'm not going to be here on Friday night. I do have a work engagement that I can get rid of, and I also have a convention on Saturday. So I'm not sure. Saturday is one of those streams that it's gonna to be determined. It depends on how early I get here, or if I do it earlier than the time I get to go to the convention. So sorry, that's Friday or Saturday? No, Saturday I think there's no stream, and then Saturday there's no stream, and then Friday's to be determined. I can't remember. I gotta look at my schedule. I try to post them up without looking at my schedule prior to the stream starting, but I'm starting to doubt myself right now. Friday might be earlier, and then Saturday might not be a stream. I think that's the way it is, and that's the way I placed it. Now, just give me 1 second. I'll confirm that to you guys, and it's gonna open here. Times. Friday to be determined, and Saturday no stream. Yes, that's the way I called it right. The second time. First time I messed it up. Okay, so this is going to be the schedule, right? Friday to determine, Saturday no stream. I do have that convention on Saturday. I cannot be here. But Friday I do have that commitment from work, and I might get time to squeeze in maybe just the technicals, maybe some of the technicals. That's going to be it. Anyway, so let's go to the 1 hour chart on Litecoin. Awesome. Going much higher, much lower still, right? And this is going to be zoomed out for you guys. So I'll zoom in a little bit. There we go. Alrighty, so much higher. I'm just going to talk this macro. I'm not going to go too much in detail with Litecoin because it's just playing out the same, right? So if I go from here to here and here to here and here to here, it's just all one straight line. Can cover it, so that's fine. So again, that strong bearish divergence, price action to downside, we to get it. Then from here to here, you know, going higher lows, that's fine. Then lower low, I remain more negative momentum. 0.60, 0.58. No, we're not. Right, so from here to here, we're going in slightly. From here to here, we're going much lower. Am I ignoring some islands? Yeah, this is very tiny one. That's it. And I'm choosing to ignore it because the positive momentum was very short-lived. Now we don't have it on the other side. That's fine. Price action downside, we did get it. Then failed. It wasn't too strong, and then broke down. Right. And we were also making hidden bearish. So from here to here. Oh snap! Did I forget to place this? Yes, I forgot to call this on the 1 hour charts, man. Let me fix this real quick. Otherwise, it's gonna be a mess when I look at the 4 hours tomorrow. I forget. Sometimes I skip my mind that when I do this stuff, I gotta like fix it for the rest of the charts, man. There we go. Just very, very quickly. Very, very quick, sir. That's what the what's that movie with Adam Sandler, Mr. Deeds? Or like the waiter or the butler is like, it's very, very quiet. All right, cool. So we have that divergence. Now I was gonna call divergence here. Yes, it was hidden. There we go. So high, lower high, negative momentum, positive momentum, much more positive momentum. On the other side, we're going with the market. But again, here we're having that hidden bearish price continuation. Boom, we get that drop. Right, failing at the 20 MA, bouncing once, two, three times, and then bringing down. From here, right, low, lower, low, negative momentum, more negative momentum, low on the other side, lower on the other side. So really nothing worried there. Nothing to worry about there. Let's see this here. Low, very slightly lower low, and less negative momentum, right? So from here to here, it's just very, very slight. Then it will be from here to here, and from here to here. Right, there we go. Awesome. So here we're going to a higher, right? This is 46, this is 44, very slightly low. But again, enough to break us down, right? Bearish divergence. Very, very slight bearish divergence. We don't have it on the other side. Broke us down, rally again, higher high, more positive momentum, that's fine. From there, apparently we're at that point where Bitcoin started to take over. No, we're not. Let's see what happened here, man. This is higher, 56, this is 40 odds. And that's going higher still, that's fine. So we're gonna flag around this area for a little bit. Probably something else happened here. Let's see. Not quite, not quite. Probably try to bounce at 20 MA, failed to hold it. Well, down, maybe Bitcoin did something else. Probably I'm looking at the same, yeah, it's 19, so I'm probably looking at stuff from coronavirus as well. That's why I pointed out for the other ones, and it's congruent with the market. Right in here, there we go, man. Right, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stuff playing out, man. Strong bullish price action to the upside. Boom, we get that last rally before it actually started to break down. Now, as we're going higher, we're creating this divergence, right? Bearish price action downside. Held at 20, may try to rally again. Went to a much higher high, right? But negative momentum still, right? So losing that positive momentum. and then having it also here on the other side, breaking down a little bit, holding the 20-minute, pumping higher still. Going much higher here. There was high, also higher on the other side. But then on this last part, we just kind of lost it, man. This is very, very small. And from here to here, we do have that strong bearish. Try to rally again. Failed. And going down since. Now, as we're going down, more negative momentum here, and then from here to here, less. Right, so that strong bullish divergence coming in towards the end, just like the rest of the market. This is for Litecoin. I'm gonna move on to Binance, and after Binance, that's it. There's no requests that are coming out on the chat, so thank you guys for being here. Thank you for the awesome likes that you give this channel and for your support. I'm not sure who's watching, but thank you for being here, and sorry for not being here the last couple of days, like I said. Yesterday lost dominance 0.28%. No, sorry, that's the 1 hour. Here we go. Daily. Yesterday lost dominance 0.98%. Right now, losing dominance still 0.82%, sitting at 1.18% of market cap. The price of Binance, it's at $18.40. Has it lost a lot? Maybe not as much as the rest. Let's look at Binance, man. From the same point in time, probably this low over here, from this low to the high. Yes, it's hit the 618 and bounced, so it's lost more than Bitcoin, more than Ethereum, not as much as XRP, man. That's it. I'm gonna get rid of this real quick by shifting it over here to the side. And mainly because I want to have it available for future reference because we start to recover. Alright, cool. So we're looking for this bullish divergence, right? We called it out, pumped to the upside. That's the last thing we have. It was hidden bullish. That was on the February the 4th, since we didn't create anything that was bearish. And then we started to break down because Bitcoin and the rest of the market started to break down. That's it. Low, lower, low, more negative momentum. That's it, man. Really, nothing else has happened since the 4th. So the whole month has gone by, and it looks like time stood still for Binance, right? We're just going with the market. Nothing I can really call out here. So play this strike here. There we go. So sitting sold on the other side, 36.54. I'm gonna move on to the 4-hour chart. Alright, so we're calling bearish stuff, waiting for the price to drop. Did we make a positive momentum? Let's see. No, we didn't, so we could have still kept on tracking it to here. Kept on tracking it to here, and kept on tracking it to here. Bearish divergence, price action to down, so we got it. Tried to rally, failed, moved down more. Going lower, more negative momentum. That's the name of the game. Going lower here also on the RSI, that's fine. Now, from here to here, we're going lower with less negative momentum than our previous island, right? So less, right? You can tell. And more on the RSI. So again, some bullish divergence, strong. Tried to rally, failed, and then broke down again. Now, what's happening? Are we going higher here? Are we creating that stuff? Let's see. 1707, 1515. No, so we're going lower. So high, lower, high, high. So positive momentum, less positive momentum, high on the RSI. Higher on the RSI. We do have it on the RSI. We are having it on the RSI, and that's fine. That's where it's playing from. Right, hidden bearish divergence, price continuation, taking that drop just like the rest of the market. Again, short term, we're not seeing much. We could technically say we're going lower with less negative momentum, and seems to be stalling on the RSI, sitting overbought at 21.41. That's it for Binance on the 4 hours, guys. Again, let's go to the 1 hour. The market just seems like a copy paste of the rest of itself. And look at that! I forgot to remove the stuff from the 4 hours. It's coming here. Oh man! Again, that's why I don't want to forget to do this when I call it on the time frame, because then it just comes here and it just looks horrible, man. Sorry about the cleanup, guys. You know this usually how this stream goes, right? A lot of cleanup that we do. Cleanup on aisle Binance. There we go. That's it. That's fine. It seems like we're going with the market now. Awesome. So I didn't move much. All right. So high, higher, high. More positive momentum. Higher on their side. That's great, man. That's what Tony Tiger would have said, right? That's great. Let's see. Moving down here. Moving down here. And on the MACD, we don't quite have it, but on the RSI, we do have this, right? You can see those peaks going down. You can see that we're going to a higher price. So again, breaking down, price action to downside. Boom. Nice. So low, higher low, less negative momentum. That's all fine. high, higher high, more positive momentum, that's fine as well. Also higher on the RSI. Try to get the flow off Binance. I'm really not seeing anything wrong with it. High, lower high, less positive momentum, lower on the RSI, that's fine. Low, lower, low, more negative momentum, lower on the RSI, that's great, man. Really not much happening. Okay, cool, here we do have something. There we go. Put this on the 1 hour chart, there we go. We don't quite have it on the RSI, but we do have it on the MACD. Strong bullish divergence, price action to the upside. Failed at the 20 MA, moving down, hit the 20 MA again, failed, move down. Then we probably created some bullish divergence by then, but also probably on the RSI, and got that power to burst through the 20 simple moving average and get above that and see some change. See, there we go. Like I said, even on the RSI. So again, price action to the upside, nice. High, higher high, less positive momentum. This is 156. 143, right? So it's very, very slight, but you can tell it's there. We just have it on the MACD, not on the RSI, so we did drop, try to rally again to a higher point, and creating that bearish divergence still. So did I? Yeah, there we go. I did do it for this one. I was getting worried that I hadn't done it here. Let's see, 64.46, 64.38, very slight, like I said. Probably playing from here. That price action to the downside, right? Started to get that move, broke down, lower low, more negative momentum, that's fine, lower low. Okay, cool. So here we were looking for some bullish divergence that we do have here on the MACD, but not on the RSI. We're going lower. Try to rally, man. Are we making more positive momentum? Yes, we are, man. So okay, cool. So we can take it from this high and then go to this other high. So we were pretty positive momentum, right? Look at this, hidden bearish. Don't have it on the RSI, just on the MACD. Hidden bearish divergence, price continuation. We kept on moving down. Low, lower, low, more negative momentum, lower, low, more negative momentum. Still also lower on the RSI, so nothing there. And we'll try to get this small rally, probably market move. I'm not seeing anything here. Let's see. 307.39, so higher. Right, okay, so going with the market. We're starting to go higher, that's fine. From here to here, we went higher still, so here to here. Then we went lower here, and even lower here, man. What? Bearish divergence, price action to the downside. We're seeing that slightly play out. Now, even here, man. Right, lower. Lower. And here we're higher, but again, bearish divergence. Price action to the upside, downside, and again, probably where the rest of the market's at right now, right? We're getting this move. Now, this is from the 4 hour chart. Send that over there. Came to play with us here on the 1 hour. Thank you for coming here to the 1 hour chart to play. Go back to your 4 hour chart. All right, divergence, price action to downside since it's been downhill battle. Now, all right, so from here to here, strong bullish. We don't have it on the RSI, it's fine. And from here to here, apparently also, right? 789, 794. So no, actually much lower. But do we have it on the RSI? Maybe we have it on the RSI. Let me see. 2296, 23. So no, we don't have it this one. Go to this one. I thought we were gonna have it there. From in here, we do have it. Right. Strong bullish divergence, price action to the upside. It hit the 20 MA, rejected, moving lower still. Creating that divergence again. Bullish. Strong bullish. Try to get higher, failed. Moving lower still. So the bullish stuff is not playing out, man. That's just not cool. And having divergence again, man. That's what's going on here. Anyways, we're creating that strong bullish divergence. Watch out. We might get a sort of a rally coming in for Binance, which would be expected, I guess. That's what I would be expecting for it to happen after seeing 3 divergences on the MACD, on the RSI. Have not played out. Maybe we get a 4th one and then we rally from there. I'm not sure, man. We did get this rally. They seem to be that strong. If we go down, probably going to make more negative momentum in here. And then this will be dead. But we do want to see this rally. Anyways, guys, that's it for tonight. We've been live for an hour and 21 minutes. Thank you guys for being here. You guys are amazing. If you like what we do, you know what to do. Hit that like, that bell, that sub so you're notified when we go live. Talk about crypto to your friends, to your family, to your coworkers. Let them know that we are here. This is the State of Crypto. I'm your host, Martin. It has been a pleasure being here with you guys tonight on an awesome Wednesday night. If you're live with us, thank you guys. Again, if you're catching the replay, You guys are amazing for watching this post stream. Thank you for joining us tonight again. This is Cero Crypto, I'm your host Martin, and like I said, it's been a pleasure being here with you guys tonight. Honestly, I'm glad that I'm back. It feels good to be back for sure. Glad to see that nothing too crazy has happened with the Cryptosphere. That's gonna be it for tonight, guys. I'll catch you tomorrow for another edition of the Cero Crypto. Remember, Thursday, tomorrow, it's gonna be a good stream probably. Then Friday to be determined time. Probably gonna post it on Twitter when I'm gonna go live, and I'm probably just gonna go live for a couple of the coins, and then I have to like get out. I'm not sure how much time I'm gonna have between work and the actual time I have to be here. And then yeah, that's it. So thank you guys, like I said, for being here, and I'll catch you tomorrow.